Good afternoon, class. In today's class, we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss complementary mass, complementary metal oxide semiconductor CMOS inverter, where we have both NMOS transistor and the PMOS transistor. Okay, so this is a CMOS. That means we will have both NMOS and the PMOS. So we used to give the input by connecting both the transistors gates in this fashion, and we'll collect the output at the drains of PMOS transistor and also the drain of the NMOS transistor. Okay, this is the source and this is the drain for this PMOS and this is the drain for the NMOS and this is the source for the PMOS and these are the gates, right? And the gates only will give the inputs, right? So what is an inverter? When we give an input of 0, it has to produce an output of 1, and when we give an input of 1, it has to produce an output of 0. That is the format, right? So you can see here, generally this VDD means this VDD will be generally around 5 volts. For example, if you take, and this VSS is generally 0 volts, right? So in the similar fashion, when we talk regarding the input and output as a digital, when we say that in the digital, if I say it is 0 volt, 0 means it is around 0 volts. If I say it is 1 in the digital, it is around 5 volts. Okay. For an example, we are taking as 5 volts, right? Now here, my input V in is 0. Okay. First I want to give, okay. First I want to give 1. Then I will see for 0. Okay. This V in is 1. That means I want to give an input. I am giving an input of almost 5 volts, right? So at this point of time, when I have given an input voltage of 1 volt, sorry, one input voltage of 5 volts, that means 1 digitally. So this NMOS transistor is going to on, right? We know that NMOS transistor will be on for the positive voltage, that is 5 volts. Okay, so that means logic 1. Digitally it is logic 1. So this transistor is on. So the value which is present here, that is either that is 0 volts, will be going at the output. Okay, it is coming at output. That means GVSS is equal to 0 volts. It is coming here. It is coming here. Okay. Next, at the same time, when the input is 1, that means 5 volts, this PMOS transistor is in off condition. Okay, it is in the off condition. Next, if I give an input of 0 digitally, that means I am giving an input voltage of 0 volts here. For this, generally this PMOS transistor will be on and this NMOS transistor is going to be in the off state. Okay, so there exists a connection between this VDD via PMOS to the output. Okay, there exists a connection there exists a connection, that is VDD, that's 5 volts on the the 5 volts generally what is present on the VDD is going to come at the output. So automatically 5 volts is coming at the output means it is going to be 1. So here 0 volt is coming at the output means logic is 0. So it's the characteristics of an inverter, right? When we give an input of 1, we are getting an output of 0. When we give an input of 0, we are getting an output of 1, right? That is the functionality of CMOS transistor. Next we'll see the BiCMOS. This is the BiCMOS inverter, right? This is the BiCMOS inverter where we have both the CMOS and the bipolar transistors. Okay, where we have the both the CMOS and the bipolar transistors. So here in this, that means we used to apply this CMOS for where we require to apply the logic. Okay, we used to apply CMOS for the logic purpose, right? For applying the logic, we use CMOS, but we use a bipolar at the output stage. Okay, this is to drive the outputs, right? Okay, CMOS is useful for applying the logic. Okay, you can see here now. So I am having this bipolar CMOS in the BiCMOS inverter. I am having two bipolar transistors. Okay, and the output at the output stage we have a capacitor called CL, okay, load capacitance we used to say. Output will be taken here, right? So now you can see. So inverter functionality is when I give an input of 0, it has to produce an output of 1. When I give an input as 1, it has to produce an output of 0. For example, now I am going to give an input of 1. Okay, this T3, we have 4 number of transistors. This is of N-type transistor and this is P-type transistor. By seeing the symbolic representation, we can identify that. If we have a bubble here, it's a PMOS. If we don't have a bubble here, it's an NMOS. And bipolar device will be indicated in this fashion, right? So this seems to be just like a square type indication. This seems to be like some slant type of indication, right? Okay. NPN and PNP transistors you can see there. So I'm going to give here 1 as an input in the V inside. So this NMOS transistor is going to be on, right? This NMOS transistor is on means, so there exists a connection, right? On the VDD, there exists the value which is present on the VDD will be coming through this NMOS transistor, that is T3, and to the base of the T1. So this this T1 is going to be on. This T1 is going to be on, and the value which is present here is going to come at the output. Okay, I repeat once again. You can see here when I am willing to give an input of 1, what happens is for the input of 1, this NMOS transistor is going to be on. This NMOS transistor is going to be on, and here the value VDD will be generally 5 volts. Generally that is going to come in this direction. It is going to be on, and this NMOS transistor is on. This T3 to the T3, it is going to the base of the transistor T1, and this bipolar transistor is on, and so the value which is present here, that is VSS, generally it will be ground. That means around 0 volts, right? Ground means 0 volts, right? Almost, right? Ground is 0 volts, Vs is equal to almost 0 volts. That is going to come at the output. So output is 0 volts means it is 0, right? You understand right now? So next if I take a value of 0 as in my input, at this point of time, this NMOS transistor is going to be in the off state, but this PMOS transistor is going to be in the on state. Okay, I am giving an input of 0. So there exists a connection in the that means between VDD to T2 via T4. T4 is on, right? So PMOS transistor. PMOS transistor will be on for an 0 volt input, right? Okay. This will be, there will be connection like this, right? So the value, that means VDD is present here. VDD value is coming via this T4 transistor. Since T4 transistor is on, so the value is coming in this direction to the T2, right? So that means this transistor is going to be on. This transistor is going to be on. So what's the value here? The value is VDD, which is going to come outside. So that is going to produce an output of 1. Right? Do you get now? So when I give a value of 0, this PMOS transistor is going to on and this NMOS transistor is going to be off. Since this transistor is on, this VDD is coming in this direction. That means 0 volts, and this base is coming to the base of the transistor T2. So this T2 transistor is going to be on, and the value, that is VDD, is going to come via the transistor T2 to the output side, and we are going to get an output of 1. So that is the simple BiCMOS inverter operations, right? So not only this, we have the comparisons of CMOS and the bipolar. So CMOS transistor, this thing we have discussed in the previous classes. When we go with the CMOS inverter discussion, the corresponding IDS versus VDS relations are with other parameters. This thing we have discussed in the previous classes with the help of single number of transistors also. Same thing can be applicable for the NMOS and the PMOS transistors individually. Okay. After that, for the bipolar transistor, what's the value of this transconductance GM? Okay. This given there, and the same values. And based on that values, we have some changes in the equations with respect to the parameters. So when you are asked to discuss the differences between the CMOS and the bipolar, you need to write these 3 equations, both in CMOS and in the form of bipolar. The IDS in the CMOS is like this: mu into C naught by 2 width to length ratio multiplied with VGS minus VT whole square. Okay, this can also be written as beta by 2 into VGS minus VT whole square in case of saturation regions. But in the bipolar, we have collector current. Okay, IC is nothing but the collector current. So IC is equal to current at source and exponential of Q into VBE, base to emitter voltage VBE by KT, right? Next, CMOS. In the CMOS, you can see here GM is equal to, that means transconductance GM is equal to 2 times of beta to the power of 1 by 2 into IDS to the power of 1 by 2. That means under the root of 2 beta IDS, right? Here you can see here the GM is equal to IC by KT by Q, right? So the same thing by using the both the equations, we can change the values of this IDS and ICs correspondingly. Current by area, IC by A means IDS by A is also the current by area. Okay, just we have to remember those equations and we have to submit those, right? These things we have discussed in the previous class. That's up and all. Okay. So that's all regarding the first unit.